Role cards are a card that gives you various perks when playing as the card or obtaining it or upgrading it. And perk number 3 gives you the advanced role, which is the epic card. So yeah, apparently you've already known this, but to be honest, it's actually a flawed feature. Role cards are a flawed feature, and here's why. Okay, I know you'll probably disagree with me, but the thing is, just watch until the very end, because it's actually a flawed feature. It's not as good as what you think it is. Number 1, it changes the setup heavily. So let's say you're playing sandbox or quick game, and there's a qubit setup. Supposedly that qubit setup is supposed to, well, be a qubit, but now imagine if that player has the instigator. So instigator being in the setup rather than the qubit is actually a problem for the village, because there's going to be 8 evil rather than 6 evils, which are the instigator, recruited villager, recruited werewolf, and random killer and fool. Sounds bad, right? And let's say in a setup where bodyguard is the main protector, or possibly the only protector in the game, and then someone uses seer apprentice instead of bodyguard, or doctor as the main protector, or only protector, to night watchman. Though night watchman is actually OP. Yeah, but not in a setup where you're the only protector and you have limited protection, you can't prove anyone else. And then Wolf Shaman in a setup where it's supposed to be detective or Seer, or both, but instead it's Mortician and Spirit Seer. So that means Wolf Shaman in this situation is more of an extra vote. Number 2, metagaming. Now, if I'm being honest, metagaming is something inevitable in every social deduction game. So you can't really prevent it, but about role cards, it actually does something regarding metagaming. So let's say a level 67 and a level 10, they both claim Mortician. And who do you believe? You'll obviously believe the level 67 because he's more likely to have the Mortician card rather than the level 10 who barely played the game or doesn't have enough level to get a Mortician. Or for example, you're in a game with someone who is level 576 and there's a voodoo werewolf icon, and mostly the rest of the roles are base roles and the player's level are low level. So what are you gonna suspect? Obviously, you're going to suspect the level 576 guy, because he's most likely to have Voodoo Werewolf card or even all of the advanced roles. Now, metagaming is reportable, but yet it's inevitable and not stop. But especially with role card, it causes even more metagaming because, like, you'll suspect a high level person if the advanced roles in game, or both players are claiming the same roles. But role cards are pretty much hard to obtain, but moving on to point 3. Number 3, it's hard to play with all the roles. If you actually want to obtain a single advanced role, you need a total of 12 cards. And don't get me started with the amount of cards you need to play with all of the advanced roles. You need a total of 576 cards just to play with all of the advanced roles. But if you actually want to play with all roles without cards, then you have to play crazy game mode with cards disabled, ranked, or even custom games. But if you actually want to play with all advanced roles, well, good luck, because you'll probably not get it. Unless you spend money or you play for a brief 6 years. Or for very long, generally. Mind you, advanced roles aren't advanced, and they aren't hard to understand, and they aren't supposed to be stronger than the base roles. They're just adding new ways to play as the role. And you shouldn't be limited to a few roles just because you don't have a card which can be bought by money or by grinding really hard. Anyway, this is all the reason on why role cards are flawed. But yeah, if you actually enjoy the overall content, why not subscribe? And if you like the video, like and comment on what you think on the role cards.